sorry. I'm only spending more time on this because this is your first house.
Thank you.
I appreciate
I
it.
usually go a little bit quicker and Renee can do
No,
it in
you're
one
good.
take. Okay, next on the list is electrical, pretty good shape. Electrical panels are General Electric or GE. The main panel is 150 amp. I know that sounds alien to you, not knowing what that means, but that's the power that comes to the house. It's adequate for the size. You probably won't have to upgrade it unless you're deciding to put like a mother-in-law suite in the backyard or something like that. Wiring looks good. Inside the garage, there's another panel. That's your sub panel, and in that panel, everything looked pretty clean. I did have a couple things from previous wiring that maybe this homeowner or previous homeowner or somebody else in the past had done. I can tell you from experience, it is very hard to install wiring at an electrical panel where it's walled in after the fact, because you have to break the wall to be able to get the wiring down into the panel, and to be able to install a grommet, which is something that secures the wires once you install them into the panel, is hard to do. So whoever did the wiring in the sub panel, they didn't secure about 3 or 4 wires that were added.
Okay.
You can try to fix that, and all they're going to do is cut the drywall at the top of the panel, and then they'll put the grommet in. I mean, it's something that you'll decide if you want to do or not. It could be like that forever and never cause a problem, or you can get something snagged on a wire and it could pull it because it's not secured.
Can you show us where the panels are?
I will. When we walk around outside, I'm going to show you everything you need to know,
Awesome.
to the best of my ability. As far as the plumbing goes, the whole house was replumbed. We did find a permit for that, and they did an excellent job. Okay, the pipes run in the attic, and you can see them pretty much everywhere except the upstairs attic where they're not needed to run.
Okay.
Okay.
And just so you all know, so that was part of when we bought the house in 12. The house was originally plumbed with polybutylene, and I didn't know this at the time, but polybutylene is basically illegal now. Like, you can't get insurance if your house is polybutylene.
Okay.
So we had the prior owners. They actually, Emerald Plumbing came out and actually did a full replumb and got it up to code, and that's the permit that you would have seen.
Yeah, Emerald's a good company. We always recommend a couple of companies when we run into polybutylene and people ask us who to use. Emerald's one of them, and that's probably why they did a good job. I didn't know it was Emerald. But they also pulled a permit, which is another important part of that, and not every contractor pulls a permit. You know, you're supposed to. Doesn't make it right when you don't, but they did here. It helps us to date it, but it also helps us to show proof of compliance. So whatever was here was cleared by Orange County, for example.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, now the system on the waste side, that's your supply pipe. On the waste side, it's a septic system. So if you're familiar with those, I won't bore you to death. Yours is located in the front left side of the house. I'm going to walk you over there and show you, so you'll know where it is.
Okay.
There's a clean out for it located right to the right of the front door. When you walk out the door, it's right on your right side.
Okay.
It's a gravity fed system type of thing, so I mean, it's pretty much, you don't have to do anything but maybe every 3 to 5 years have it pumped. And just be careful what you put down in the drains,
Good.
you know.
What's the last time it was pumped? and
When we
was
bought it
plumbed?
in 2012, December of 2012.
Okay, so
So it's probably about the time that it needs to be plumbed.
yeah, I would say so. What you may want to do is after you review what we've gotten for you on the report, after you go over it all, discuss whether or not a septic inspection is something you want to do.
Okay.
We have a company that we recommend. I know that Renee and Dean and company have people that they recommend, and I'm sure you can even get it from the seller, and like who they used when they last pumped it. It's important only because I can't see underground, and there's no evidence to me, but sometimes, very rare, but sometimes they dig it up and there's an issue. So if they dig it up and they pump it out and they look inside and you're good, it's peace of mind. Okay.
Oh, and when they inspect, they pump it also, so
Yeah.
if they're gonna pump it soon anyway, may as well.
That's why we did it.
Yeah.
Because we had a septic inspection done, so that was all pre-close. So we paid to have it pumped out, and they did the inspection then, and no issues. So
Yeah, so things seem to be draining on the surface, so I'm not anticipating a problem, but in my report, you're going to see us defer to a specialist to anything underground.
Got it.
I did look at the irrigation system, and I'm going to walk you through again to show you where these things are, so you don't have to reposition your body to picture it in your head, which is you did 3 or 4 times already. But essentially that works. There is 6 zones. I ran them all. I didn't have any issues. Nice thing about it is it's on well water, so you don't have to worry about paying for water from the city.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I would have run them more often if I would.
Go turn them on.
It's not very often we get to surprise the homeowner. That's good. Now the pool I looked at too, I don't really have any problems with as far as the pool, the equipment. The pump seems to work, the filter works. The minor things I have is there's a small leak at the chlorinator. The pressure gauge lens is missing and damaged, and the actual panel for the chlorine thing doesn't seem to be working. Like there used to be a panel that you can use that would monitor it and feed it and all that. That seems not to be in use.
Okay.
But I'll show you all that as we walk around.
Okay.
Other than that, it seems very well maintained.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.